today's video, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my skincare and the current products that I like to use on my skin. People keep harassing me to share my skincare routine, so I think it's time to talk a little bit about what I like to use and what I don't like to use. I'm not a specialist or anything, I'm just sharing my skincare routine and what I like to do. This does not have to apply to everyone else. So the first part of this video is gonna be common mistakes that I used to do and I still see a lot of people doing that actually are really harmful for your skin. These tips are really easy to implement in your everyday life. They're not major things. These are also things that aren't hard to do at all. It's just small things that you can pay attention to that really helped me transform my skin and just generally keep the bacteria off your skin. The second part is gonna be my AM and PM skincare routine. So my skincare routine in the morning and at night, since it just depends. In the morning, for example, I use sunscreen, and at night I wouldn't do that. Also keep in mind that it's currently summer, so my skin needs a lot less than I usually need in winter. So in the very last part of this video, I'm gonna talk about things that I avoid at all, certain things that I wouldn't put on my skin, certain things I don't recommend doing, and things I have learned over these years that are actually really bad for my skin. With that being said, let's start.
Let's go.
First common mistake I used to do, and I see a lot of people doing, is forgetting to use SPF on their lips or on their hands or on their neck as well. I think that it's really common to forget that your lips need SPF as well and your hands need SPF as well. It's really important to remember that these are parts of your body that age as well, and if you only use SPF on your face, you're gonna look crazy. You're gonna have wrinkles everywhere except on your face. Not just that, but our hands do so much for us. We use our hands so much during the day. We wash our hands so often, so try to use SPF on your hands and on your lips and on your neck as well. Not cleaning your phone screen is another common mistake. Clean your phone screens every day. We use our phones all the time, all day, every day. That's why it's so important to try and clean your phone every day as well, because you're basically just collecting bacteria on your phone. And the worst part of it all is that some people, when they talk on the phone with their friends or their family, they take the phone screen and they put it on their skin. It's really important to clean your phone at least once a day, because if you don't clean your phone, you're basically gathering and collecting bacteria. Now, why this is so bad is because imagine having so much bacteria on one surface and you press that onto your skin. Using their phone like this, instead of talking like this on the phone, they take the phone screen and they basically just press it onto their skin. So there's a contact between all the bacteria on your phone screen and your skin, and this is why it's a problem, because this is how pimples literally happen. Next thing I started doing, so I started using tissues on my face instead of a regular towel, and why I did this is also because of bacteria reasons. The problem with the towel is you're exposing it to bacteria and dust and dirt and other things by just putting it somewhere and using it every day to clean and dry your face. So I discovered that it's way better to just use a one-time tissue, dry your face, and afterwards just throw it away so my face is not exposed to any bacteria. So by doing this, I prevent bacteria and all the things to touch my face, and it also just feels much more hygienic in my opinion. So that's just a thing I started doing, and honestly I can really recommend doing it. So this one is actually pretty obvious, and I thought it was obvious, but a lot of people don't think so. Do not brush your teeth after cleansing your face. Stop doing this. But it actually makes more sense to brush your teeth first and then cleanse your face. A lot of people do it the other way around, and it's actually really bad for your skin. Toothpaste is known to be really drying to the skin, but not just that, it can also irritate your skin. And a lot of people have the issue where they have tiny little dots around their mouth area, which is really weird. This is because you're not washing your face properly and you're brushing your teeth after cleansing your face. And by brushing your teeth after you cleanse your face, you're basically doing much more damage than you really need to. Brush your teeth first and then cleanse your face. You can also go in with a double cleanser. I don't double cleanse at the moment, but I'm looking into it. Honestly, everyone's skin is different, so for some people this might not really like trigger their skin, but for me it definitely does because I have sensitive skin. If you have sensitive skin, try to look out for these type of mistakes. Who's gonna tell everyone that we need to stop popping our pimples? In our T-zone, at least. My mom used to always tell me to never pop a pimple, like ever, and I never listened to her because parents talk a lot, you know, like they tell you a lot of different things. Oh, I choose my own destiny. I know what I'm doing. You know, that's what I thought. One time I had a huge pimple on my nose and I was tired of it. Okay, I was tired. I was not having it. I decided to pop the pimple and I ended up with a huge dark spot on my nose, and I believe it's still not gone to this day. It literally took 2 months for it to not be visible anymore. After that traumatic event, I stopped popping my pimples. Just leave it, it will go away. Just don't pop your pimples in your T-zone. Please listen when people tell you this, because I wish I listened when my mom told me to not pop my pimples in my T-zone, but I didn't listen. So I'm telling you to listen. Many ways to get rid of pimples these days. Like there's pimple patches that you can use. Just stick them on the pimple and they will no longer be visible, and after you remove it, the pimple will most likely not be there anymore. So if you're really suffering from your pimples, try to get pimple patches or just like creams that will ease your pimples. Not washing off your makeup properly is actually way worse than we think it is. Oftentimes we forget to wash off our makeup because we were busy or just fell asleep. It's really important to always pay attention to washing off your makeup. First, I go in with my micellar water, and after that I cleanse. Some people double cleanse as well. Like just try to really get your makeup off so you can go to bed with a clean face. These are really small things that sound like honestly obvious and everyone should know that, but a lot of people don't know. That's why I'm saying it. Just implementing these small things in your skincare routine help your skin by like 20%. Before applying any product, I cleanse my skin with my cleanser, which I'm gonna talk about in my nighttime routine. After I cleanse my skin and everything is clean, I use this moisturizer. Now, I am aware that this is for the body, but I can't explain the science behind why. I tried the facial cream of this version and it did not work. It made me break out. It really feels heavy, and I don't like heavy creams. That's why my skin doesn't like oil. I don't know why, but anything that feels really heavy on the skin, I don't like it. I use this as my facial cream and I've been using it for like 2 years now, and it's done wonders. Like no other moisturizer works this good for me personally, and I don't know what they put in this, but it works. This is how it looks. Then obviously in the morning, as I said, I use SPF, and I have 2 different types of SPF. First one is for my face and this one is for the rest of my body. I use this on my neck and on my hands and basically everywhere on my body that might be exposed to the sun. If I'm gonna wear a dress and my legs are exposed, I'm obviously gonna apply sunscreen. As I mentioned earlier, it's really important to use sunscreen on every part of your body that is exposed to the sun, like not just your face.
Please, not just your face. please, not just your face.
If you haven't noticed by now, I use a lot of Korean skincare. I used to use even more back then, but then I cut back on my skincare routine, and now I like to use less product because I believe that less product really is better for the skin. I'm not really a fan of like 10-step skincare routines or like more than that. I think that's really unnecessary. Honestly, just have the staples and you can build up from that. You don't really need to purchase like 20 different kinds of serums to get good skin. Don't let people fool you into thinking that you need 10,000 serums to get glass skin, because that is not true. It's not. This is the sunscreen I'm using at the moment. I've been using this particular sunscreen for, I would say, 6 months now. This is my second time repurchasing it. This has 60 milliliters in it. It lasts you for a good 2 months, but after that you're gonna have to repurchase. Obviously, I have the advantage that I have melanin, so I don't need to use crazy amounts of sunscreen, but it's still really important to keep in mind that even if you have darker skin, you can still get skin cancer. Like, you can still get skin cancer from the sun. That has to be the biggest lie ever, because there's so many people out there believing that because they are darker, they don't need sunscreen. Honestly, when it comes to sunscreen, I recommend using Korean sunscreen. Also, you want to get a sunscreen that doesn't have like white cast on it. This is really important. If you have darker skin, please pay attention what kind of sunscreen you get. If you get the wrong one, you're gonna look like this. Yeah, this is gonna be you. So make sure that you buy a sunscreen that has no white cast on it, and this one does not have white cast. Last step of my skincare routine in the morning is just like some lip balm. So this one is a basic lip balm. It's a repair lip balm. I honestly don't think it repairs anything. I like to use it because it feels nice on my lips, but that's it. That's it. So this one is the SPF. I applied this one and then I use this. This is just SPF for the lips. This is something that everyone should be using. You can get these in any store, and usually they're really easy to just be recognized because they all have like yellow caps or orange ones. So I combine these, and sometimes I like to use some Vaseline as well to just spice up my lips and make them more moisturized. And that's really it. Like, this is my morning routine. I don't do much in the morning. Guys, my nighttime skincare routine, because this one is a little bit different and I use more products at night. So let's go. This is the first step of my nighttime routine. So I remove my makeup, obviously, and I use this, and I use these pads to remove my makeup. I like these from this specific brand because they seem to be much softer, and I don't know why, I just like them better. Like, I don't like when I use these pads and they have these fuzzy things that you can pull out. So this is something I really like about these. They're just really compact but still really soft. I use a couple of these to remove my makeup, mainly my eye makeup, and then I go in with my cleanser. So about my cleanser, I do not like to use liquid cleansers. I don't know if I have mentioned this before, but I don't like liquid on my face. It sounds so weird because everything you put on your face is liquid. Like, a serum is liquid, a moisturizer is liquid, everything is liquid. But what I mean by liquid is things that like are based off of oil. Honestly, I think this is because I do have oily skin in some way. I can't really explain it, but my skin is really mixed. Like, I have sensitive skin. My skin is also sometimes really easy irritated, and sometimes it's not. And then out of nowhere I have dry skin, and then some days I have oily skin. I can't really explain what's going on with my skin, but one thing I do not like is oil. I don't know why, I just don't like it. So honestly, I just stick to cleansing bars. I've switched over to them. They just work better for me. I really don't know why. I just don't feel like my skin is really clean when I use a liquid cleanser. The cleansing bar that I use at this moment is a Koji Sun Acid soap. This is a acid. This is an active ingredient, and I know a lot of people are really careful with active ingredients on their face, but for me personally, this is the one active ingredient that will always do wonders. I've been using this cleanser ever since quarantine, and I've been repurchasing it ever since. It really lasts really long too. This is the package. I know what people are about to say. This is not for skin lightening purposes. I used to deal with heavy hyperpigmentation hyperpigmentation all around my face. It was so weird. Like, I started getting hyperpigmentation when I just started getting into makeup. No matter what I tried, they would not leave. And then I started using a lemon bar soap, like a lemon cleansing bar soap, and I started seeing like small results. That's when I realized I need to start using a cleansing bar that has acid in it, like a lemon acid that will help clear away my hyperpigmentation. This is when I discovered Kojisan acid, and ever since, guys, I've not been dealing with hyperpigmentation ever. This is why I will always love this soap. No matter what people say about it, I know there's a lot of controversy about lightening soap. Literally just an active ingredient in my eyes, and it honestly hasn't done much lightening either. So I just like this soap, okay? Let's move on. So it comes in this pack, and this is how the full bar looks like. I already cut it, if you guys can see. I always cut these bars. I just feel like they're much more handy when I cut them. I just wet my hands, I wet my face, and then I just obviously do it like this.
Foam it up.
And then I just wash my face, like really simple. After cleansing my face in the summer once a week, I use glycolic acid. Now, I know that you shouldn't mix like certain acids with each other. I am aware that you shouldn't mix certain like active ingredients with each other, but honestly I haven't gotten any bad reactions yet, so I guess I'm doing everything right. I hope so. I use the Ordinary Glycolic Toning Solution. Use this once a week to exfoliate my skin. I have really sensitive skin on my body, so I can't use like body scrubs, unfortunately. This is a great chemical exfoliant for your face and your body. I've been using this one for a good 1.5 years now, so I know everything about this product, and it works wonders. Like, this is my 3rd bottle. I use this a lot. I only use it once a week on my face though, just because I don't really need to exfoliate that much. The next step in my night skincare routine would usually be a serum. I use the serum every 2 days in summer. In winter, that will be more frequently. It's another Korean product, and honestly I cannot pronounce the name. So this is how the product looks, and you really only need like 2 to 3 drops depending on your face size. Obviously I use 2 to 3 drops. I just pat it into my skin after. I don't deal with hyperpigmentation anymore, but I still like to use products like niacinamide. I just really like this, and I've been using it for a while, as you can see. So this bottle is almost finished, and I'm gonna have to buy another one soon. And then I finish off my skincare routine with Vaseline on my lips, and every now and then if I have spots, I like to use a zinc cream. I've been using a zinc cream for like years now. I think ever since quarantine as well. Just use it to apply it to my spots, which I will show you guys in a second. You can use a Q-tip to apply it, or just your fingers. So that was my nighttime routine. It's not really complicated, but I try to use quality products that I really like and have tested out and seen that they work on my skin. I highly recommend to just experiment with different things that are recommended for your skin type.